right? Last tweet. The tweet is out, and that's hopefully the last horrible rhyme that I'm going to have to make. Boy howdy, I was running out of those. Looking up the rhyming dictionary, looking for things that rhyme with live, survive. It recommends the Indo-Pakistani War of 1965. I can't make a clever tweet out of that. So we're back. This might be the last stream, because I think the period has kind of ended. Yeah, like I said, I was just trying to reach another ending. So that's hopefully something we can do. I backtracked a little bit in the time since the previous stream. I just figured getting the witch was kind of lame since we'd gotten it before, so we're still at the witch, but I was hoping to get a different route from that. I was hoping not to look up too much about this game, but I did look for a couple pointers. But hopefully we're going to still get some raw, unfiltered reactions. In my time just kind of poking around, I've learned some interesting things about this game, including that there is a flag in here somewhere for not having played the game for over 200 years. I think it's when you reach the end of a particular run and get to the shifting mound again. You know, she'll comment. Someone found something in the code that will indicate how she'll comment. You know, she says, like, days mean nothing in the maw forever. She says that if you've been gone between 1 and 7 days. And she'll also say, weeks mean nothing, months mean nothing, years mean nothing. And they actually have something in there for not having played the game, or not having seen her in 200 years. And I think there's even a flag for going beyond that, where she says millennia mean nothing. And I just think that's pretty awesome. I mean, it's just a single line, but the fact that there's a line that you basically can't see without hacking, is pretty funny. I mean, compatibility issues will certainly make the game unplayable by that point. Maybe I just have compatibility issues on my mind, because I use the computer at work, and a Windows update broke all our shit. And so I'm a little mad. Anyway. So the last save that I had was right here. So right before we go into the basement with the witch. So just a slight backtrack, so we no longer have her as one of our endings. Our previous ending was only the tower, which awakened some unexpected feelings in me. Let's not dwell on that too hard. Let's just go back in here.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This time, I'm going to take the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
Sorry for any chair creaking you hear during this stream, but I'm also not sorry.
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
It
It sounds like that's the exact same recording every time they have him say that, which is just kind of funny. It's like in JoJo Part 4, during the Bites the Dust time loop, where there's like certain things that are fated to happen no matter what happens. So it's like that line is secured in fate, and he always has to say it.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine.
Alright, we're
Fine.
men of action.
You're the boss.
Let's go. Voices in our head of action.
Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
I'm getting the bitrate warning again. Let me know if this the stream seems choppy. Luckily, I don't think this is the kind of game that's going to be affected by bitrate all that much.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses.
Again, this cat mouth is just killing me.
Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part. I'm just glad.
Alright, we've heard some of this dialogue
all this
before.
behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before.
Yeah,
Don't
your
let's
world, whatever.
chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Let's just say, sorry girl.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
The blades for getting you out, honey.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Little mischief face.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
It's also not escaped my notice that I'm pretty sure the witch has gotten more fan art than any other form. Do it that way you will. Alright, we're going to make this right. We're going to make this right. I'm going to give her the blade.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. Abstain? You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
My votes count for more than theirs. Yeah, exactly. It's not a democracy.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
I could choose the path of simping. I choose to simp. I'm sorry.
She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by what
Aw, that is too cute.
said to her. I thought it was nice.
Thank you, hero.
Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. Did we? If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
The look of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steels her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart.
I've dated girls like this.
What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it! I got you! You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
As Life Gamut, hand your power to a suspicious character.
You're on a path in the woods. I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it.
Well, I accidentally clicked past something. I can't believe she actually stabbed us.
Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument. Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything. You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future. Ho-ho, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more.
We've gotten this smitten before. I like this guy.
Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Travelling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to? Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love.
Got a little close to the mic on that one.
She hates us. Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. There might just be a kernel of affection in that angry, angry heart. As ridiculous as this guy is, maybe he has a point. I don't know if I necessarily buy into his whole love journey thing, but maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change, so maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
Narrator's just watching all of this, like, what is going on?
Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom.
I think it would be so fun to be one of the voice actors in this game, being able to embody like so many different versions of the same character. Even though I imagine it's kind of a challenge to have these conversations with yourself. But I think they really pull it off. I mean, the voices get a little cartoony, you know, with the sort of knightly demeanor of the smitten, but it works. I just think this would be a fun thing to do as an actor.
Oh, are you now? Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
It's like, I hope you don't think I'm planning on freeing her, versus, we're gonna free her.
Please don't. You can't stop all of us, you villain. Let's just see how the wind blows. I'm not opposed to saving her, but let's not rule anything out just yet. Let's see what she has to say. Stop sitting on the fence and pick a side already. We don't need you waffling when things get hairy. I've already picked a side. Our side. I'm here to make sure that whatever happens, we wind up on top. Because that's worked out great so far. Well, we're not out of the game yet, are we? And again,
game, fourth wall breaking.
Killed last time. I wanted to
I don't know why I
stab
did
her in
that.
the back, not hand over our precious backstabbing implement.
Yeah, I think we mostly know the answers to the other questions.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone.
Slay the princess, lay the princess.
You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one, too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do.
She will lie, she will cheat, etc., etc.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest
my
the
knife?
shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
My pristine blade.
We gave it to her last time.
Oh, that's
She
interesting.
can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it... Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
The simpery continue. Ah, Crispy Chips, you again. You're the one. I still owe you a pact for the for naming my firstborn child. I don't even remember what the joke was. Nothing wrong with a quick simp.
If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers.
Show you mine if we show... no, I shouldn't go
Unless
there.
her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side. Yeah, why didn't you mention the mirror? I didn't mention a mirror because there isn't a mirror. But he says there isn't one. That's got
It's
to count for
drawn
something.
different than everything else around here, which is creepy.
Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know, our feathers are all out of place. And that's why we haven't yet won her heart. We must put our best face forward. Yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled. A real go-getter takes care of his appearance. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned-out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it? You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement.
My fucked up bird
You really
face.
thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough. Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness.
Yeah, voice of the smitten is great.
The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine
prickly.
layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease. At least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
The witch's voice skittered up the stairs. There's hobbles.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I want to figure out a way out of here for good.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here, and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
She sounds younger.
Continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
That was a fun little bit of acting there.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Here to free you, honey.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
There's so many ways to turn and leave. We're both trapped in this cycle.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
It's a matter of trust, honey.
And I've also hurt you.
Exactly. We both simp for each other.
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right. There's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. We don't need words to send a message. It is through action that we can show her our adoration, our devotion, our kindness.
So they're all recommending action. I can either reach for the blade, or I can speak and reach for the blade, or I can just ask. I think the first one.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon.
Now kill!
You carefully pull it
No.
free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
My
She
feathers.
trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter? Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. Feels good. Like we're special to her. We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings. Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him. I see that the lines have been drawn. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
Not the whole time. He keeps on resetting. Come on.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
I can just leave. Give her the old drop kick. No.
Yes.
It's the simping hour.
What a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion. That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her.
Opportunist is the real villain here, man. You just never know.
And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip. You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Ooh, we're getting real Stanley Parable hours right now.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
Oh, I'm gonna make the narrator describe this.
Can we actually do that? No, you can't. Absolutely not. You know as well as I do that we can. And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we? If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge. Well,
can't,
are you going to
fucking
describe our steamy, romantic kiss? You lean in and you kiss her. And she
This is
reciprocates
great.
enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now? Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that. Ugh, fine. You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion. Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. Please. I think he actually likes romance. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now.
This is like the kiss at the end of The Princess Bride, except Columbo is just furious that he's reading it to his grandson.
He's making fun of us. It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff. I'm aware of my skills.
Shut up, baby, I know it.
But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
That was nice.
What, in like episode 2 or something, I tried to do a date the princess run. We ended up with the maiden, and this is way better. I mean, like, come on. Real romance requires some conflict.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes.
Hero is on our side. Let's go.
I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Is poison ivy our way out? Was it suggesting we can just go? Ah, that's awesome.
The basement stairs,
Oh, look at her smile.
Yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving.
You said it.
We'll weave something new together. Something better. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day. You irredeemable murderers.
The button is H, I think. Look at that. That's a desktop there.
What do we do now?
I'm sorry, babe, but Yog-Sothoth is calling for you.
Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
Join the collective. The Waifu Collective. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's gonna be fine, it's gonna be
Looking into it
fine.
right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Man, the Thorn was really dating just like a bird. We're just a bird.
If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
See you guys on the other side. Except I won't.
She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it. Finally, we're going places.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. Ugh. I got fat. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Now, I believe later our character is actually described as the long quiet. So, like, we're in the dimension that's our own personification. We are the personification of this dimension, I guess. At the cabin.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Let my girlfriend go, you elder Tor.
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
How does it feel to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection.
That doesn't make any sense, girl.
Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
What do you think of my girlfriend?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart.
Yeah, I've been there, Thorn.
Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
God, the way her arms are like all limp is so creepy.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
I think I've seen most of the others. Alright, let's go.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
God, it's so sudden, it's like she just snaps your neck.
You're on a path.
Alright, we've been through this. Alright, that was a lot of simping. And so I think it's time to go back and do an anti-simp run. And we know the fastest way to do that. So
That's the spirit.
let's go.
You make your way up a warn. We're not going to go
And we heard this. You know what we say around here, hesitation is defeat.
The interior of the cabin, the blade.
I want to listen to the soundtrack of this game more. It's pretty good. They got this core leitmotif that's playing right now. The one that's on the it sounds like it's piano. And there's variations of it. It seems pretty versatile. They've used it in most of the round. No more death counter. Yeah, that was now that we've reached the ending once, I just feel it kind of isn't necessary anymore. Plus, it just got annoying updating it because I would have to switch to my second monitor and it would make the game flicker. Take the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Chat, I want you to observe, this is what happens when you simp too hard and lose your girl regardless. Oh god, I'm just describing like the incel path. Oh god, I don't want to do this anymore.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it... Good.
I'm talking.
You're still listening to reason.
We're redeeming ourselves for the
Walk down
simping.
the stairs. She's so cold. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You know it.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Even though this is like one of the first ones you start with, this is maybe one of my favorite voices that she has. It's very good. Maybe I shouldn't say anything further than that.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Yeah, he said it. Hesitation is defeat.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel
Thunk.
flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
I love this image. She's so affronted. Like, oh shit, he can do that?
Oh,
That still makes me laugh.
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder.
All the other Stacys want to hang with Chad Yogg-Sothoth.
Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
There's another... I don't know many Lovecraftian entities. There's another one that I don't want to say because it sounds a little too close to a word that would get me banned.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes,
But
even
she
as
just
she
did.
lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Is it really, really, really over? I don't
It's
know.
over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
That's
I
right,
really
guys.
don't
What's the
think you
harm?
should do that.
What's the harm? Look at her. Yes, Crispy Chips, that one.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Lovecraft, am I right? I can't even say the name. I don't know, guys. Even though she looks pretty dead, we should definitely just verify.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question?
Uh-oh.
Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
The blade, take the
I
blade, take the blade.
guess I won't be
Oh,
dying alone
shit.
after all.
Oh, God.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
Where'd you get a knife? God, those teeth. She seems to have the most variable form in the... Yeah, because... What is it? I think they say later she's a vessel of perception. That basically her form changes based on how we see her. But she has, like, many different properties in this early section. Seems to generally be, like, super strength, but, this is new. This is very new.
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
A lot of the images in this game are just funny, too. Like, that one that I tweeted, I probably should have chosen a different quote, but, like, the one where the witch breaks your back, but then breaks her own back, and you just end up lying next to each other, pretty similar to this. Just like, oh fuck, I guess I screwed both of us.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth.
Where is her knife?
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Any... He's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice.
Except for
I've
shadows.
met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Alright, what's the voice
This
we
whole
get?
thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Voice of the cheated. I feel like we've gotten him before.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, she's armed like she's... I don't know enough about England. She's from London, I guess? Is it London that gets the stabbing jokes? Sure.
Yeah, that's
That's gonna be the
what you
bit for
told
this
us
run.
last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Let's go.
A warning.
Oh, same cabin.
Before you go any further, she will lie.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's take that blade.
Take the blade from the table.
This is going to turn into a gas
It will be
station knife
difficult
fight.
to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs.
I just heard the sound
fractured
of
slats look
like
as if they've been
a
torn
blade
from
along
their source
stone.
and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
Cyborg Princess?
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
In 2077, what makes someone a princess? Why are your arms behind your back, honey?
What? No! No! I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed?
You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job.
But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Now you got a
A
knife, girl.
knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death.
She's a terrible liar.
Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that. But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
Last time? What are you talking? It's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right? Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
Prove to me, hun.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
She's drawn like a drawing of a little kid who puts their hands behind the character's backs so they don't have to draw. Oh, I can definitely see a really big knife there.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero. Would I just lie? Would I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again? I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Aha! She slipped up there. She said again, and her taking it back doesn't count. Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
Can't we just talk it out?
But we don't have anything to talk through. We're strangers and this place is cramped and annoying and you should just come over here and let me out.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance.
There was... I happen to have seen a screenshot of what I'm pretty sure was this route, where you can, like, tell her that you have a crush on her, and she's kind of like, oh yeah, I guess I like you too, but I'm still gonna stab you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Be honest.
That doesn't sound like me.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
This feels like a non-simping situation, guys.
The princess
Oh
falls
god,
silent,
that face.
her smile unwavering as you charge across the room. Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right?
Whose meat?
Hers, at first, then yours.
Hee.
He.
How? What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee.
Dang it.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die now.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
She has meat. She stabinated herself to stabinate us. The arms race.
You're on a path in the woods.
No, fuck that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Voice of the Cheated is terrible. Is fucking sick of bad save points.
You're what? The interior of the cabin. I feel dizzy.
Wait, hold on. I accidentally clicked. Wait, excuse me? What did you just do? Oh, that's amazing. He actually pushed us along.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? Nobody holds the cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works.
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win. And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
Do we have two new voices? Voice of the Hunted and Voice of the Stubborn. Okay. This is new.
Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched.
We take it.
Okay, sure, you take the blade
That
before
Cheated
letting me
is-
finish telling you it's there.
He's taken all our
Difficult to slay the
dialogue
princess and
options.
Save the world without a weapon. This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually. We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now. That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
Oh, hey, an option. Except we only get one.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open.
And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom. Your body tumbles onto the basement floor.
Oh,
and the
she
form
kinda
of the
looks the same,
princess
except
comes
she
to
has a
you,
blade
standing at a
skirt.
distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Pride makes us dead.
The only thing that matters is survival. Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Undertale grind set.
Nothing bad has come of it yet. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Okay, hold on. We can try to fight her again, have a stiff upper lip, appeal to her authority, puff her up a bit, unconditionally surrender, try flirting with her. She has swords. Panic. Try to think of something. Chat. I regret to inform you, I am about to simp.
Now, I've tolerated quite a bit from you, but this is a bridge too far. Please don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her.
I think a sudden bit of affection might disarm her a bit. Sorry.
Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster? I'd rather not. I'm into it. Can't say I mind either. If it weren't for all the cheating, I'd say she's pretty cute. Can we flirt by fighting her, though?
Give her the look.
The look? You've all used it.
Yes. Affection flashbang.
Yeah, do you not know about the look?
Is close to Disco Elysium's The Expression.
The look, eh? So we're getting serious about this. You flash the princess the look. And a rosy blush rushes to the princess's cheeks as she breaks into a wide grin. Unbelievable.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
Still going to kill you. But now we can both enjoy a mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
Well, you know, we tried.
Or not. Oh, I like her. I like her a lot.
The perfect woman.
Blush still glowing in her cheeks. The princess closes the distance between you, blades flashing.
Alright, parry. Parry!
She skewers you.
Come on. It should have Makiri countered her.
Ow. What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit?
Smitten is back!
She likes us.
Smitten is
She
back!
said as much.
Fuck her. You were not here before. Still, man, I feel it. Like, Smitten just spawned as soon as I gave her the look.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you? I think we're dead. And
Broken is back?
Dead, 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 dead. Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4.
If I were still keeping up the death counter, this would probably screw it up.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
I don't know, I hear the howling in the distance.
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we keep moving. We'll win her heart eventually.
Come on, show me something new.
The gang song here. Alright. Okay, we're fighting. Whoa, whoa. It doesn't work and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
She's going to kill this body either way, so stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Then you skewer yourself.
What?
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. What's the point?
She's getting
It's all
sharper.
the same. She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Just panic! Flee! She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We're getting better. Okay,
This is so much different than any of the other routes. Jeez.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. None of this is working. Think. Think. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Ooh boy. Chapter 4. That's a new one.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here.
And cheated is great in this route.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window?
What?
Over my dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore. Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our
this is so meta.
final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win.
Yeah, this is... You can really feel the Stanley Parable influence here.
Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Domain expansion.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, spitting into red blooms of raw meat as it
God.
stretches and tears.
This
Then
game.
it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Looks like a weak point, fellas.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine.
Not now, Smitten.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
Not now, Stubborn.
Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it? This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing. We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Shut
What
up.
happened? It's so quiet.
You can shut up too.
Something feels different about you.
Oh, I can do
It
this.
almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Oh, I wanted to boss fight her. You do not act, and yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. Princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you are already somewhere else. Teleports behind you. Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm, free of thought and free of self. This is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Nice. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. No, you're gonna hurt the Eldritch Hands. How gross am I? They've melted.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
This first one sounds just pseudo-philosophical enough that it'll appeal to her.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. As
Can you stand to be a
easily as you can
contradiction?
stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Just a second.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse. nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
I've been stabbed a lot.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of these steps will be.
Gotta take my jacket off. It's
Doesn't
getting
make
hot in
any
here.
of them less special.
Because she's the perfect woman. What do you think of this vessel?
This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her.
This
She
is
exactly
therapy, Martin
who she
Taylor.
wants to be.
Alright, let's go.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Alright, how are we looking on time here? Now, this run
You're
has
on
had...
a path in the woods. You're here.
We've done 3 so far. We've done the tower, we've done the thorn, and now we've done whatever the hell that was. And it looks like we're probably not going to get to the end today. But, yeah, I kind of hoped for this to be the last one. But because it's a work night, I'm probably not going to finish it. I think because there's 2 runs left, plus the ending, we can probably just leave the last 2 for next time. So this is not the final Simpening after all, I apologize. But let's drop a save. That one was hilarious. That feels like one that we should have done last. Because it's kind of the ultimate escalation of it. We're seeing things that we did not see in our initial save at all. Like, the tower completely took over the narrator. And in that last one, the voice of the cheated was overriding the narrator as well. We even made the narrator just go away. The idea of that being subverted did not appear last time. So that's pretty awesome. I enjoyed simping for the incredibly sharp woman, giving her the look. That was just incredible. Work is temporary, simp is eternal. Yeah. I do not yet have the stamina of those streamers who go for like 5 hours. We've been going at this for about an hour and a half, and that's about my limit. So, what is next week? This Monday schedule is generally working out. We're not going to really be deep into Christmas break period by that time. So I think next week, same time next week, same bat time, same bat channel, we can finally finish this off for good. We're going to do last 2 routes. We're going to try to get like a real ending, because I think we got kind of the cheap ending the first time around. We're gonna face Shub N-word wrath. I love this simpening. Alright, and everyone, until our next simping. But good night. Take care of yourself, and always remember, give the murderous women a chance. You never know.